For a century, the world called the Democratic Republic of the Congo a geological scandal, a land sitting on $24 trillion in resources while its people waited for a miracle. But in 2026, the waiting is over. A new war has begun, a war of concrete, steel, and gigawatts. We are witnessing the shift from a mere reservoir of raw materials to a formidable industrial power. Today, we count down the 10 titans, the projects redefining the future of Africa. The warm-up is over. We are no longer just exporting dirt, we are building an industrial fortress. From AI-driven exploration to the world's most critical mineral corridors, we count down the 10 projects turning the Congo into a global industrial giant. These projects are game changers because they shift the global balance of power, rewrite economic rules, and introduce technology that didn't exist in the world before. These aren't just big mines, they are becoming the primary global sources for the energy transition. Now we count the top 10 game-changing mining projects in the Congo in 2026. Stay until the end as we have bonus, 2 more that may join the list later this year. 10. Sakima, the Eastern Industrialization. Our countdown begins with the Sakima UAE partnership. The UAE signed a $1.9 billion deal with Société Aurifère du Kivu et du Maniema, Sakima, a state-owned mining company in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This partnership aims to develop at least 4 industrial mines in the eastern provinces of South Kivu and Maniema for minerals including gold, tin, tantalum, and tungsten. The deal was signed between the DRC government and an Emirati delegation led by Minister of State Sheikh Shakbout Nahyan Al Nahyan. Development of industrial mining projects in South Kivu and Maniema aimed at strengthening the supply chain for critical minerals, also moving into the copper and cobalt sector in Lualaba province. The UAE-based group, which agreed in 2025 to pay $367 million for a 56% stake in Alphamin Resources, operator of the Basie tin mine in North Kivu, is now linked to assets in Lualaba. The Emirati group is connected to entities that became partners of state miner Gécamines following mining title transfers in September. 9. Kipushi, the zinc legend, the return of a giant. After decades of silence, Kipushi is back online as one of the world's highest-grade zinc mines. The Kipushi mine is a historical underground zinc-copper germanium mine located in the Haut-Katanga province of the Democratic Republic of Congo. After a 31-year operational hiatus, it officially restarted production in June 2024 and is now ranked among the world's highest-grade zinc mines. The mine produced a record 203,168 tons of zinc in concentrate during 2025. For 2026, the guidance is set between 240,000 and 290,000 tons. A new 800,000 ton per annum (TPA) concentrator was completed in May 2024. A subsequent debottlenecking program completed in late 2025 increased this capacity to 960,000 tons per annum. It is considered the world's highest-grade major zinc mine, with an average grade of 35.34% zinc. 8. Chemaf takeover by Virtus Minerals. Chemaf, Chemical of Africa, is a prominent copper and cobalt mining company located primarily in the Katanga region. As of April 2026, the company is undergoing a major ownership transition after facing significant financial difficulties. The DRC government recently approved the sale of Chemaf to Virtus Minerals, a US-backed firm. The deal is valued at approximately $30 million for the equity, with Virtus also agreeing to take on $900 million in debt. This acquisition is a key part of a broader US strategy to secure critical minerals and reduce reliance on Chinese-dominated supply chains. Chemaf's operations are centered in the Katanga region and include Étoile Mine, an open-pit copper and cobalt mine located on the outskirts of Lubumbashi. Mutoshi Project, a flagship project designed to be one of the largest cobalt mines in the world. Construction was halted at 80% completion due to funding shortages in late 2023. Usoke Plant, a processing facility located approximately 10 kilometers from the Etoile mine. 7. Luozi Manganese. The DRC-Japan partnership has officially broken ground in Congo Central. Traditionally an oil province, Luozi is now a manganese hub. With Japan's $1.5 billion pledge for geological quantification, this project is the first to link the southern mines directly to the Banana Deepwater Port Corridor. The Luozi Manganese project is a significant new mining venture in the Congo Central province of the Democratic Republic of Congo. As of early 2026, it is in a 3-year exploratory phase led by Asia Minerals Limited, AML, a Japanese firm, in partnership with the Congolese company Kerith Resources. The project is situated in the Luozi territory of Congo Central, a region traditionally known for hydrocarbons rather than metals. The project targets an annual output of 2 million tons of manganese, which would place the DRC among the top 10 global producers. 6. Manono Lithium. The Manono Lithium project in the Tanganyika province of the DRC is set to become the country's first industrial-scale lithium mine, with production now targeted for June 30, 2026. The project is centered on one of the world's largest undeveloped hard rock lithium deposits. Initial production and exports are scheduled to begin in June 2026, a slight shift from earlier first quarter estimates. As of early 2026, the accommodation camp and a Phase 1 solar farm have been commissioned. Major works, including the processing plant, smelter, and river diversion, are progressing as scheduled. The project is designed to process 5 million tons of ore per year, producing approximately 95,170 tons of lithium sulfate annually. The mine is being developed by Manono Lithium SAS, a joint venture between the Chinese firm Zijin Mining and the DRC state-owned enterprise Cominiere. Recent reports indicate that the US-backed exploration firm Cobalt Metals has been granted permit for lithium exploration and to develop the southern portion of the deposit as part of a broader US strategy to secure critical minerals. Manono is essential for the global electric vehicle (EV) supply chain, representing a significant shift for the DRC as it expands its mineral exports beyond copper and cobalt. 5. DRC Gold Trading SA. The DRC gold trading sector is undergoing a massive transformation as of April 2026, shifting from an informal, smuggling-heavy market to a state-controlled system aimed at building national gold reserves and local processing capacity. The Congolese government took full ownership of DRC Gold Trading SA, formerly a joint venture with the UAE's Primera Group, in 2024 to curb smuggling. It is now the only company authorized to export artisanal gold. In February 2026, a landmark deal was signed, giving the Central Bank of Congo, BCC, priority access to all gold collected by DRC Gold Trading to build the country's first significant monetary gold reserves. The state trader aims to export between 15 and 18 tons of artisanal gold in 2026, which could generate over $2.5 billion in revenue at current high market prices. First Gold Refinery was launched on March 11, 2026, in Kalemi, Tanganyika Province. This facility, DRC Gold Refinery SA, has a capacity of 500 to 600 kilograms per month and produces 99.9% pure gold bars. The DRC government plans to launch 3 more gold refineries in the near future. 4. Tenke Fungurume Mining. Tenke Fungurume Mining, TFM, is one of the largest and highest-grade copper and cobalt operations in the world, located in the Lualaba province of the DRC. As of April 2026, the mine is reaching record production levels, following a major expansion and the resolution of long-standing disputes with the Congolese government. On March 27, 2026, the London Metal Exchange, LME, officially registered and approved the TFM1 brand of copper cathodes. This allows TFM to sell its copper directly on the global exchange, significantly increasing its commercial leverage. In early 2026, the state mining company Gécamines exercised its right to purchase 100,000 tons of TFM's 2026 copper production. This volume is specifically earmarked for the United States market as part of a strategic agreement to diversify mineral supply chains. Following the completion of its Phase 2 and Phase 3 expansions, TFM's annual copper production capacity is now exceeding 450,000 tons. The site also hosts a massive new 30K plant, capable of processing 30,000 tons of ore daily. 3. Cobalt Metals. Cobalt Metals, a California-based exploration firm backed by Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, is currently executing a massive AI-driven critical minerals exploration program in the Democratic Republic of Congo. In late February 2026, Cobalt obtained 1,600 additional mining concessions, bringing its total to approximately 3,500 concessions across the southeastern DRC. Cobalt has pledged over $1 billion toward DRC exploration and development, focusing primarily on high-grade lithium, copper, and nickel deposits. Manono lithium. This remains Cobalt's initial focus. While the company holds exploration permits in the Manono territory, its full development of the main Roche-Dieu deposit is contingent on the resolution of ongoing legal disputes between the DRC and other parties like AVZ Minerals. Cobalt uses proprietary artificial intelligence to analyze vast amounts of geological data, aiming to significantly reduce the time needed to discover high-value Tier 1 deposits. Beyond lithium, Cobalt's exploration permits cover at least 10 strategic substances. Battery metals: lithium, copper, nickel, cobalt. Rare and industrial minerals: coltan, tantalum, niobium, rare earth elements, tin, beryllium, and gold. 2. Kamoa-Kakula. Kamoa-Kakula is a world-class copper mining complex in the Lualaba province of the DRC. As of April 2026, the project is undergoing a major production transition following the successful commissioning of its on-site smelter and a strategic shift in mine planning due to previous seismic events. Revised 2026 guidance. Targeted copper production has been lowered to 290,000 to 330,000 tons of copper anodes. This is a reduction from earlier estimates of 380,000 to 420,000 tons. Long-term goal. Production is expected to rebound and exceed 500,000 tons annually starting in 2028. On-site smelter. Africa's largest copper smelter, 500,000 tons per annum, is now operational. It achieved first anode production in late 2025 and is currently averaging 500 tons per day of 99.7% pure copper. Project 95. This recovery initiative for Phase 1 and 2 concentrators is on track for completion in Q2 2026, aiming to increase copper recovery rates to 95%. Solar power. Construction of a 60-megawatt on-site solar facility is scheduled for completion in mid-2026 to reduce reliance on diesel and improve energy resilience. 1. Mifor, the #1 game-changing mining project in the DRC in 2026, is the Mifor, Mine de Fer de la Grande Orientale, the project that changes the very scale of African industry. On March 26, 2026, a historic MOU with Chinese partners solidified this iron ore project as a national priority. With a staggering 15 to 20 billion tons of resources and an initial $28.9 billion investment, Mifor is the foundation of a future Congolese steel industry. It is the project that turns a mineral reservoir into a global industrial superpower. Massive reserves. The project targets deposits in the former Oriental province, now Ituri, Haut-Uele, Basse-Uele, and Chopo, with estimated resources of 20 billion tons. High grade. The ore has an average grade exceeding 60% iron, making it a high-quality strategic asset. Production targets. Phase 1 targets 50 million tons per year, with a long-term goal of scaling to 300 million tons per year. DRC and China signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, designating Mifor as a flagship project for Chinese investment and technical support. National impact. Officials estimate the project could generate over $679 billion in revenue over a 25-year lifespan. The $28.9 billion initial investment primarily funds a multimodal logistics corridor. Heavy haul railway to transport ore from the remote north to the Congo River. River transport, utilizing the Congo River for bulk shipping. Deep water port of Banana, the final export point on the Atlantic coast. The government has established an expanded interministerial commission to oversee the project's structuring and monitoring. No official start date for construction or first production has been announced yet. Beyond the top 10, 2 wildcards are currently at the center of high-stakes negotiations. Rubaya, the richest tantalum deposit on Earth, is currently moving toward a historic shift, with American investors and partners looking to finalize a strategic mineral pact this year. A consortium led by Texas hedge fund manager Gentry Beach has reportedly proposed taking a majority stake in the mine. Other strategic mining firms like TechMet and Mercuria have been in preliminary conversations with the US government regarding potential investment. MIBA, Société Minière de Bakwanga, the historical heart of the DRC's diamond industry in Mbuji-Mayi, is currently in the early stages of a high-stakes relaunch aimed at returning to industrial-scale production by late 2026. With a $50 million government injection to pay redundant workers and purchase South African-made equipment, MIBA is expected to be fully functional later this year. The DRC is no longer waiting for the future. In 2026, it is building it. Which of these game changers will have the biggest impact? Please tell us in the comments.